During the unrest, civilians watched with fear and anxiety as shops were vandalized, looted and razed to the ground. Many could just watch as looters brazenly filled shopping trolleys with stolen goods. Centres where food was sold and where health services were offered were also destroyed. Onlookers were in shock.
We are not here to fighting. This is the center. This is the center of the town. I'll bring my team and find my kids. Because I'm working for a municipality, it's a own municipality. I'll bring my team and find my kids.
Kubeka searched for his 2 teenage daughters who were at the mega city mall in Umlazi on the first evening of the unrest. Since the looting, parents experienced increased stress, confusion and anxiety.
The unrest was very traumatic. It actually made me very distraught about the whole thing because we couldn't go to work, we couldn't take the kids to school, we couldn't go to the shops, we had to stay at home. And remember, we are still living under the restrictions of lockdown because of the pandemic. And emotionally, we are still trying to heal from losing our loved ones.
But children may suffer severely from post-traumatic stress.
The looting was scary as places were being bombed and destroyed, and gunshots you hear from a distance felt like you were going to get killed at that moment. It was horrifying.
The thing I feel was terrible because I don't think they really thought this through, whoever was leading.
It was very traumatizing due to the fact that we all were scared, and it was heartbreaking also to see our country in such turmoil at this.
I feel like COVID has had some sort of effect on my grades, but nothing that we can't recover from.
No, I don't like wearing a mask.
Why?
Because I can't breathe.
Experts say the psychological effects on children who witness the unrest and looting are worrying. This is made worse by children who played witness to looting by their parents and caregivers whom they look up to.
Looking at the destruction and looking at the devastation, clearly you can see that is not a harmless activity. And if you looked at the chaos that was going on, you can see, just from a human instinctual perspective, it's not a harmless, peaceful incident. So just by that element, a child would be disturbed about that situation. If somebody has seen a parent that's always been very rule-based and very socially, follows the rules, And then you see this parent suddenly stop their expensive car, jump out and go and pull out something from a shop where everybody's looting. That's terrifying to see. I mean, you just think, oh my gosh, what has happened to my parent? And they come in with this. And then you know that that is wrong. Because all along you would know that it's not good to steal. You can't just take something out of a shop. When you take something in a shop, you pay for it and then you come out. So you can see how different scenarios, different life situations would cause the child to have different responses and reactions to that situation.
Dr. Hamida Bassa Suleiman says the long-term effects of the unrest on children and adults shouldn't be underestimated.
So that level of uncertainty and unpredictability has created a lot of anxiety amongst parents and their kids. And what I found is that the anxiety that parents experience, children pick up on. And usually children go to their parents or their caregivers, whoever they're living with, for some kind of reassurance and support that everything is going to be okay. But nowadays, you can't go to your parents because they also don't know what to do. And having to deal with the fallout of the trauma of seeing like gunshots being fired or having to become violent and aggressive with other people to try and keep everybody safe, like dealing with those kind of traumatic responses is one set of things that I've had to see.
During the unrest, 144 schools were vandalized and suffered damage to the tune of 100 million rand. Experts say apart from the psychological impact on the pupils and teachers of the affected schools, there is a much wider impact on the psyche of children in general. And children may start to live with the constant fear that when unrest breaks out, their schools could become easy targets. Jade Paulser, SABC News, Durban.